Welcome back, everybody. Diecast OutKast, episode 48. Today we're going to do a 49 Ford F1. Today we're just going to do a wheel swap and detail. Show you what I do whenever I'm bored and I don't feel like stripping it and doing any kind of body work or paint. Today we're just going to do some detail and do a wheel swap, and I'm going to show you what you need to do to make that happen. This is a new Hot Wheels casting that is out on the shelves as we speak. I really like the color of it, but I don't like the tampos down the side, and I don't like the chrome running boards. So we're going to change that all up. Also, somebody complained that the music sucked. I guess they don't like metal, so we're going to do this 50s doo-wop BS. So here it is in the card, and we're going to take some acetone that I put in this little jar with a Q-tip, and we're going to rub it all over the back, where the back of the blister pack is cinched to the card. This will loosen up the glue where it'll pop off nice and neat and clean, so we could put it back in the package later on if we feel like we need to. Be good to display. It comes right off, nice and clean. So now we're going to drill the middle of the post out with a 1/16 drill bit. And then I switch over to a 5/32 bit to pop the head off the rivet. And what you're looking for is the little ring, like I just showed you on my finger. It's all brand new, so all the interior, base, glass, all that's in good shape. So then I take a file and file down the posts to make them nice and smooth on top so it'll fit back in the base a little bit better. And then I take a little bit of oil, put it into the holes that we drilled out with the 1/16 bit, and then I just take my 256 screws and screw it all in. This question came up recently through a Facebook message, and I figured I would go ahead and show you guys so you can do it step by step with me if you choose to. So with that same acetone earlier, you notice that there's not much left in the jar because I spilled it everywhere. Story of my life. But we're going to take some acetone and a Q-tip, and we're going to start rubbing on the tampos, and if everything works out okay, they should just come right off with no questions whatsoever. What I like about this is it didn't harm the actual finish, and it took the decals off, tampos, quick. I'm going to leave the Ford emblem on the back and the tail lights. So here's the wheels I decided to use. I robbed them off of a Mazda, which is one of the new premium castings. I did drill it out so I could put wheels on it or redo something later on, just like the other three you see in the background. But we're going to put these on this truck and see how it turns out. I think this is perfect for it. So we're going to go ahead and pop the old wheels off the base. You can just pop them right off. Doesn't really hurt anything. I'm not really saving these wheels. They're kind of ugly. And then we got to see what we need to do to put the new wheels on. The front ones don't fit right, but the back ones look like they're going to fit excellent. So we'll see what we need to do to make the front ones work here in just a second. Since the wheels spin on the axles, I'm going to go ahead and cut this little tab off so I can actually install the other wheels, and then we'll glue that axle down with some super glue. So on these front wheels, I'm going to have to cut these two little tabs off. And then I'm going to cut these two little, I don't know what they are, little small spacers. They're so small, but they make a huge difference. So I'm going to cut those off as well. And just with that little bit of modification, it fit perfect in there. Nice and snug. Everything's going to turn out perfect. So we're going to take some super glue. This is the super glue gel, and we're going to glue the axles onto the base. We'll go ahead and put everything together, get a test fit, see how everything looks and how it fits. Well, there's your wheel swap, and the tampo's missing. It looks good. That's a good beginner piece right there. But for it to fit in my collection, I'm going to go a little bit farther with it. So we're going to go ahead and take it back apart. Now we're going to do some extra painting with the rattle can. We're going to paint the base and the bed of the truck satin black. And then we're going to paint the interior a cream white color and a matte finish. So here's me unmasking after I sprayed it with the rattle can. It turned out pretty good, but there's a few little places here. I want to take some of the acetone left on that Q-tip and clean it off just to make the edges nice and straight. Went with a nice matte black on the base. Used the same rattle can that I used to do the bed of the truck in. It's got the perfect shine in my opinion. And then we painted the interior a cream color, which will make it stand out really nice, give it a subtle difference. And then I dipped the glass in some Pledge floor care. I matched the grill and the front bumper off because I wanted them to stay chrome, and we're going to detail those up a little bit. So what I usually use is these cheap 50-cent apple blossom acrylic paint that you can get at Walmart. That's what I usually do my details with. And I just put a drop of the Createx reducer in with this black so it'll flow out a lot better. So we're going to do around the grill and around the headlights, and we're going to darken that up. Believe it or not, I use toothpicks to detail almost every vehicle that I've done on all the videos in the past. So if you're wondering how I did it, this is what I did. Just take my time and try to make it nice and clean. One of the taillights had a scratch in it, so we're going to go ahead and try to make them nice and red again. So I put some white on the end of my toothpick, and I did my headlights with it. Just go slow, nice and neat. And then with the thin down black, I put the black all in the grill and then wiped it off with my finger, and it gave it like a black wash, and it made all the details stand out. So now we're going to put it back together and see what it looks like. This is what we started with, 2020 Hot Wheels 49 Ford F1. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this. I'm trying to pump out some videos. This will be my third one today, so you guys can have something to watch during this quarantine. So there's a lot of other builders doing the same thing, so give those guys a thumbs up. Let them know what you think about their stuff. It's going to be great. We really appreciate everybody. And here's what it looks like with a few subtle changes that we did. Man, I am absolutely happy with this, how this turned out. With that crazy paint and the wheels, the black running boards, the black bed, everything looks great. The white interior stands out. This is exactly what needed to happen to fit in my collection without having to paint it. This is real simple. It took me about an hour to do. You guys can do it too, so I expect to see you guys do this as well. So now we're going to use the exact same process that we used earlier on loosening up the glue, because it's stuck back together. And then we'll put the car back in it and seal it back up, so you'll have something to display in if you want to go that route. There she is, everybody. It looks like a super treasure hunt that we made ourselves. You can do it too. Diecast OutKast. You can catch me on YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, sometimes TikTok.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.